Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What? Why you out here doing your donkey shit at the beginning of the stream? And welcome to a Sunday stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time it is, whatever day it is. I hope that the weekend has been treating you well. And good to see you. Glad to have you here on a Saturday. Chat, it has been a week of all time. And listen, we'll get into that. But again, glad to see you guys. Always glad to have you. Definitely glad to be here on a Sunday to play some more BTA with you guys as we continue with the ongoing campaign. And yes, you read that right. In case you were not here for it last time at the end of the stream, we have in fact gotten the vehicle modification working, and I have played around with it a little bit. So as the description says, it's pretty limited. It's pretty limited, but even so, we are going to be able to mess around with the vehicles a little bit. So maybe some of those vehicles, especially the inner sphere vehicles that tend to fall off in the late game because they don't have the firepower to stand up to late game stuff. Maybe we'll be able to keep them in the fight a little bit longer. Maybe if we get ourselves one of those Rommel 2s that's like 100 tons or 90 tons or whatever, maybe we can do some extremely heretical stuff with a tank like that. But anyway, chat, we will get into that. But first, I got to talk about the news for this week. So obviously, first of all, the big news on the Second Galactic War front is that we finally got more dudes in Helldivers 2. The Xbox folks have finally been able to join us for some hell dives, and when the game is actually working, it has been a lot of fun playing with some of the new Xbox players and taking those baby divers, those brand new baby divers, into some level 9 and level 10 missions. But of course, like what was like 1 day or 2 days before the Xbox players joined us, they dropped a trailer, which I think we all knew a major update was coming for Helldivers 2 because of the Xbox players. But man, this new update where we're actually going to be going to Hive planets, going underground, where you're going to have to deal with not having stratagems to use, and then obviously the new war bond coming in. So we basically got 2 war bonds back to back. We got the ODST war bond in celebration of the Xbox players, which for those of you that don't know, it is considered a legendary war bond. It is an actual war bond that you have to pay super credits for, and that it's there forever. So unlike the Killzone stuff, where it was a limited time thing and then it disappeared, like the ODST war bond, like all war bonds, is gonna be here forever. So if you, for whatever reason, cannot play Helldivers 2 at the moment, or you don't necessarily have the money to buy the stuff, you don't have to worry about it, because then you can go back at any time in the future and grab that ODST war bond. So that's going to be fun. And then in addition to that, we also got the new war bond, which it's Desert Raiders or something like. It's a desert themed war bond. And I mean, first of all, the armor looks really cool. Second of all, Super Space AK, Super Space RPO launcher. We're getting what appears to be a machete melee weapon as well, which I know Erst is going to be all about. So it's looking good. It's looking good. Now, to be fair, The harpoon gun as well, yeah. To Omega Forged point, the harpoon gun is also looking pretty nice. I'm looking forward to testing that out on some of the bigger targets. We also got like a little mini nuclear missile silo that you can plant down and then just leave it there and use it later. So it's it's a lot of good stuff. It's a lot of good stuff. I'm looking forward to playing with the Warbond. Unfortunately, again, it has been the game has been very unstable. And again, that's to be expected when you're bringing on all these new players. I expect that a lot of the issues are just being exacerbated by the influx of new players. I mean, when we're hitting 300, 400K active players at a time, especially during peak hours, that's a big deal. That's a lot of players. And those are the kind of numbers that we have not seen since launch. So, you know, there's a lot of little problems in there that I think are being made worse by the server stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I am looking forward to it. I'm absolutely looking forward to it. Silverthorn says the missile is a 500 kg. I'm good with that. I mean, I would prefer that it be bigger, but a 500 kg that you can deliver on demand is 100% okay with me. And it means that unlike, you know, well, I don't know what the cooldown on it is, but I'm assuming that the cooldown is going to be lower than, for example, if you had the Eagle and had to rearm it. But even so, like with it being a missile, I assume the trajectory is also going to be a little different. So especially like in urban maps, it can be really hard to use the Eagle strikes because the Eagles will come in at a certain angle and sometimes the bombs will hit buildings and stuff. I'm hoping that the missiles will kind of help us get around that, especially in urban areas. But anyway, chat. That's the first big news in the gaming sector. The other big news is Metal Gear Solid Triangle has released this week. And for those of you that have not seen it in action, I have mixed feelings. It is a faithful remake in that it is almost a one-for-one remake of the original Metal Gear Solid 3. However, I gotta say, I don't like the aesthetic. The aesthetic looked a lot better in the promo footage, but actually watching the game in action, I don't particularly care for the Unreal 5 aesthetic regardless. And seeing the new visuals on the game, I'm like, eh? Like it just, yeah, I don't really like it. I don't like it. So the aesthetic is literally just Unreal 5 realism. Yeah, exactly. And Metal Gear Solid 3 was not going for realism. It was going for a very stylized type of thing. So it's I have mixed feelings. Like and I'll quote G-Man here because yes, I've watched his video. Yes, I watch all of G-Man's videos. And you should too if you don't already. But I will go with basically what he said, which is if you have never played Metal Gear Solid 3, this one is a good one to play. It has some modern quality of life improvements and things like that. It's not a huge change over the original game, but it's enough to make this one worth playing. But if you own and or have played the original, just stick with that. Because the original is definitely the better version of the game, in my opinion. But if you're new to the series or new to Metal Gear Solid 3 specifically, then Delta is probably the better game to pick up if you're just getting into it. So yeah, that's Metal Gear Solid Triangle. Again, it's a little disappointing. I was hoping for a more visually faithful remake, but it's not terrible. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just It's just different enough. It's almost Uncanny Valley in the sense that, like, it looks enough like Metal Gear Solid 3, but there's some very tiny, subtle differences that make it not feel right to somebody like me that played through the original. And then let me see, there was one other thing. So for those of you that don't know, for those of you that do not know, you may remember when was it? I think it was last year. Was last year or the year before? I don't remember when. But during one of the Steam Next Fests, I streamed a little indie mech game called Granveer. For those of you that were here for it, you may remember it was the one that had some very similar mech building mechanics to like Armored Core, but it was more of a roguelike type of game. But apparently they just announced their 1.0 release date of the 23rd of September. So in a little less than a month, the game will be coming out officially in 1.0 status, where we'll have all the campaigns, multiple pilots, a bunch of new parts, and all kinds of other stuff. So it's gonna be a big deal, chat, and I will definitely be playing some Granveer on stream for you guys because I enjoyed the hell out of it the first time around when we played the demo. I also said I wasn't gonna play it through development because I wanted to just get my hands on the finished product. So in a month's time or so, I may go ahead and play that for you guys on stream. So look forward to that. Again, the developer did reach out to me and give me a key for the whole game. Full disclosure, I was going to buy it anyway, but they went ahead and gave me a key for it. So I'm definitely going to play it. It's a lot of fun, or at least the demo was a lot of fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to the full game. They've added all kinds of stuff, including a Giga Drill Breaker. And if you know, you know, you'll see what I'm talking about when we actually play it. And Mech Frog rolling in the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you, Mech Frog. Thanks for dropping by. Says, keeping an eye on that awesome shooting its shot on that anime gal statue. I mean, listen, I like what I like. I regret nothing. I regret absolutely nothing. Speaking of awesomes, Mech Frog, if you have not been in the stream or watched the stream recently, I have a custom variant of the awesome that is as heretical as an awesome can be. It is a ballistic awesome. I have replaced all of the energy hardpoints with ballistic hardpoints, and it is disgusting. It's currently blown up because I ended up in a mission against like 3 or 4 heavy mechs, and they kind of ganged up on me and blew it up. But soon. It may not be Gausszilla or Gausszilla, but I'm certainly going to get as close as I can. Ballistics, yes. As in ballistics. MacFrog says you miss all the shots you don't take. Correct. Erst is also a strong believer in you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's what she said. Giggity. Anyway, in other game news, chat, we have the Shadow of Kerensky DLC for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries coming out this week, I think? Question mark? I think it's this week. Time to embrace the power of plasma rifles. I mean, you say that, MechFrog. I am also a member in the cult of the plasma rifle. So trust me, as soon as I get my hands on some, I will definitely be cramming as many plasma rifles into that thing as I can get away with. Or at least that's what I would do with the default awesome. Obviously, with ballistic hardpoints, it's a little bit different. So I'm thinking either Gauss rifles or maybe a bunch of light autocannons. Truly a weapon fit for the Great Turtle. I mean, listen, I don't know if you see the flag on the wall up there, but don't you talk to me about turtles, buddy. All right. Anyway, the other big game news, of course, being the Shadow of Kerensky DLC for MechWarrior 5 Mercenaries, which is going to be introducing clan mechs and I guess the early stages of the clan invasion. It looks like we're actually going to get some real honest to God cutscenes and dialogue and maybe an actual story to go with the game. So that'll be interesting to see how they do that in the MechWarrior 5 Mercs engine. I know that Clans was basically just the Mercs engine but upgraded. So seeing them kind of roll back into MechWarrior 5 Mercs and, again, we're getting animated cutscenes with the characters and things like that. It seems like, at least to my ear, I'm not 100% sure, but at least to my ear, it seems like they got all the original voice talent back, including Adam Jensen, who also seems to be a pretty major player in this. So we will see. We will see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. Of course, I'm probably not going to play it at launch just because I want to wait, because there's some quality of life mods that I want to see get released and updated for Shadow of Kerensky before I actually play the game. But I'll definitely play it without stuff like the Clan Tech mod for YAML, just because I don't know what all is going to change with that. So we will see. Again, very excited to see MechWarrior 5 finally going back to the Clans era with the Mercenaries gameplay, where we'll have, the strategic lair and having a whole team of mechs and all that. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. We will see. Again, I'll definitely play it. You guys will definitely see it on stream. I just don't know when. I don't know if you talked about it last stream, but how do you feel about the EFT 1.0 release coming in November? Ladder stalls, to be honest with you, I gave up on EFT a long time ago. Listen, for me, playing EFT was like being in an abusive relationship, because I really, really, really love the minute-to-minute gameplay of EFT, but I hate the players and I hate the community. In much like, I could say the same thing about League of Legends, for example. Like, I love League of Legends gameplay and I think it's very fun, but I hate the people and I hate the community. And it didn't always used to be that way. Like, EFT used to have a really cool and fun community, but somewhere along the way, it became the streamer game. It became the dude bro game. It became the alpha male game. And it's just, yeah, no. So for me, like, I'm glad that Tarkov finally made it to 1.0. Good on Nikita and the rest of the team for finally getting there, even if they keep eating their own foot every other week along the way. But I'm glad that they finally made it. But I was done with Tarkov a long time ago. I was done with Tarkov a very long time ago. And I probably will never go back, just because it's not my game anymore. Like, the team, the dev team have catered to a very specific demographic, and I am not that demographic anymore. So that's my thoughts. That's my thoughts. Let me think. What else? What else? The PvE expansion got me to go back. Again, PvE is not gonna save Tarkov for me. Because at the end of the day, like, okay, so some of you are not going to have any idea what I'm about to be talking about. Some of you will, and I'm not going to be able to explain it in a way that's going to make sense for the people that weren't there. The early days of Tarkov were, to me, like the early days of the DayZ mod. Now, if you know anything about DayZ, and I'm talking about the mod for Arma 2, not the standalone game. If you played the mod for Arma 2 back when it was just this little thing, it was a very tense type of game. It was a very fun game. It led to very interesting interactions. And then, just like Tarkov, DayZ became a streamer game, or specifically a YouTuber game, because streaming wasn't as big a deal back then when DayZ came out. But YouTube was a very big thing back in those days, and it became the YouTuber game. That was the game that YouTubers were playing, and again, that popularity and that influx of a bunch of players who just wanted to be the next Devil Dog Gamer or the next Sequisha or the next, like, it was just a bunch of people that wanted to emulate these troll streamers that they were watching. And so the game slowly became that. It just became a bunch of people trolling each other and griefing each other. And that has become Tarkov, in my opinion. Is that it's a bunch of people that aren't interested in interacting with each other. It's just kill on sight, loot on sight, camp your buddy's body, but like it's a sweat fest. And PvE to me does not fix that, because those problems are inherent. They are baked into the game by virtue of what it is. But those PvP elements are what makes the game exciting and suspenseful as well. So you can't remove the PvP elements without ruining the game, in my opinion. Again, these are all opinions. You can't remove the PvP elements without ruining the experience of the game, but you also can't remove that toxic mentality from the community anymore. Like, at this point, those elements are baked in. They're not going anywhere. So, you know, that's, again, my 2 cents. My 2 cents. Anyway, chat, I think that's it for gaming news. The only other news that I have, of course, and this is mostly a reiteration of what I talked about last stream, but I wanted everybody to be aware. Again, I have taken PTO from work, and mostly it's because I might go to jail for murder if I didn't take some time off of work, but also because there are some things that I want to do. And one of the things that I'm going to do, probably starting this evening or at the latest sometime tomorrow, is I'm going to buckle down and I'm going to finish the 2.0. So, sometime in the very near future, I'm going to finish off the 2.0. I'm very close. It's just that work has been kind of making it not as easy for me to get the 2.0 model fixed. But now I'm going to have some time, and I'm definitely going to get it done. So, by the next time I stream, the 2.0 should be up and running. Unless, for whatever reason, I hit some kind of a brick wall and am not able to do the import. So, again, 95% sure that the next time you see me, it will be in 2.0 status. With that being said, chat, that brings me to the other point about me taking some PTO, and that is, I do intend to stream for you guys sometime this week. Probably very shortly after I finish the 2.0 model. I don't know what day it's going to be right now because I don't want to stream until I finish the 2.0. So I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know if I'm going to run into issues. But because I have some extra time off, I fully intend to do an extra stream for you guys this week. Again, don't know when, but I will let you know once I have it figured out. So, look forward to that. I'll put it to you like this. Regardless, I will stream for you again this week. Now, it's not going to affect the Sunday stream at all. We will continue to have a Sunday stream. But I will stream at some point between now and next Sunday. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on the Discord. Keep an eye on the Twitter machine. I will give you guys more updates as I have something to tell you. But for right now, Gonna buckle down, finish the 2.0 model, and then we'll stream. Mostly because I want to test it, but also because I have some time off, so I want to spend some of it with you guys. And with that, chat, I think that is all the news. Pretty sure. Anyway. Oh, also, shit, I forgot. My bad. I don't know if Mechanical Frog is still out there, but I have this, and I never use it. If you don't know who Mechanical Frog is, and you should, but if you don't, for whatever reason, Mechanical Frog is a content creator in the Battletech sphere, specifically does a lot of Battletech lore videos, mostly about the mechs, but occasionally about vehicles and some of the other stuff in the setting. If you don't know who Mech Frog is, you owe it to yourself to familiarize yourself with them and their content. But, yeah, definitely check out Mech Frog over on the YouTube lands, because they do all kinds of stuff. I think, God, what was... I'm trying to remember what his most recent video was. I don't know why, but I can only think of the Gunslinger. I know that I have watched like 2 or 3 videos from him since then, but for whatever reason, I can only think of the Gunslinger. But anyway, chat, if you have not checked out Mechanical Frog, check him out. Go give him a follow, a subscribe on the YouTubes. You will not regret it. Makes outstanding content. Javelin video, you're right, that's what it was. And it's... See, that's why I couldn't remember, because I don't like the Javelin. But he did in fact make a Javelin video. So there you go. If you're interested in the Javelin, or if you just want to listen to somebody ramble autistically about battle mechs, check him out. Check him out. I absolutely appreciate his work, and you should too. Anyway, chat, it has been an hour, already an hour of me running my mouth, and I know some of you are out there just salivating at the idea of me continuing to just talk. And I don't know why, because y'all are really weird like that. But without further ado, it's time to get to the Argo, chat. It's time to get to some hot mech-on-mech action. And here we are, once again, back in the Inner Sphere, back in the Argo, back over Jamestown in the Taurian Concordant. We have multiple mechs in the mech bay being worked on, some being rebuilt, some being repaired. We got a couple injured pilots as well. Well, I say a couple, we got like 5 injured pilots, including myself. We don't currently have a flare-up going on or anything like that, so I think we just had a few more missions left on this planet that we were gonna maybe attempt to do, and then we'll probably head out to, well, wherever the sea bills and the salvage take us. Who knows? The loot gods, they are fickle. We're not broke. I mean, look. All I gotta do is buy this behemoth and we're broke again. So don't tempt me, alright? Or I could buy this Rottweiler. Boom. Broke instantly. Yeah, we can always be broke. We can always be broke. And Sir Galahad, I see you. Hydration incoming. Oh, also, don't do it right now because I'm gonna forget. Somebody at me when we start the mission. I meant to move the chat box to a better spot. I was watching back some of the VODs as I was editing them, and I realized that at least in the missions, the chat box is in a bad spot. So I need to move that. Remind me when we get into the mission. But anyway, chat. I mean, we got a lot of options in the store right now. Oh, Battletech. There we go. We have a lot of options in the store right now, but nothing that's really standing out to me, to be honest with you. I mean, we've already kind of had a look at it, but I'm just looking at it again. And then, you know, we could potentially buy a vehicle, but they're all very expensive, and we don't really have a lot of money. I mean, maybe we could do a Drillson, give ourselves a hover tank for 1 million. We could go with the Alvson APC. The only problem with the Alvson is it only has about half the armor as the APC that we currently have. Was my redeem to get into the game after this ever logged? I think I redeemed last week or the week before. It was. It was indeed. Glad to see you're not like HBFT and playing in the red. I mean, to be fair, I play on much more difficult settings than default, and so this number is probably as big as it's gonna get. Unless we go to clan space and start taking a bunch of salvage, I doubt we're gonna have more than a couple $1 million in liquid funds at any given time. But anyway, chat, let's hit the barracks real quick. I gotta remind myself who's out and who's still in. Okay, we've still got enough pilots to go on a mission, so we'll hit the command center. I'm not gonna make y'all wait too long. We've got a battle in the Highlands, 2 skull mission. We could potentially be up against some tough stuff on this one. And then we have beefed up security, which is a defend base mission. Also 2 skulls. This one, though, almost $1 million payout and 19 salvage picks, so that one might be a little tough. So, I don't know. Let's do the battle first. We'll see how it goes. And then based on how well or how poorly we do in the battle, we may do the next mission as well. Although if we just get completely destroyed in this mission, we might have to take some time to repair and get our people healed up. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But of course we're gonna take max salvage because you always take max salvage, chat. Them's the rules. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. Defend base is always a good place for salvage due to there being an entire company coming for you. Yeah, but don't forget, Active Mars, we are currently running 1 medium mech. We have a Centurion. Everything else in our unit is a light mech. So taking a 2-skull defend base mission is going to be kind of rough for what is almost entirely a light lance. Let's see. We're gonna have to, because we have some mechs out, I don't know, man. We might actually have to wait, chat, because right now, the biggest issue is we don't have mechs. Almost all of our stuff is in, is being repaired. No, I wanted the mech bay. I want the mech bay. Yeah, Jesus. We've only got 5 mechs currently. We have 5 mechs available. Everything else is busted up. So, I think we're gonna have to wait a little while just so we can get our mechs put back together and actually have some steel to take on this mission. So we got a financial report coming. That's gonna cost us a little over $500,000. Man. I'm just looking at the timeline here to see, like, we can get most of our mechs and pilots back before the next financial report. So let's give it about a week, and then we'll see what happens. Is our Comstar spy doing anything in engineering? You know what? Probably not. Now that we've actually got some money, it might not be a bad idea to put her to work. Let's see. We could improve the power system. I already gave you guys the lounge. Maybe near mech bay stuff would be good. Just because that's going to make our mech repairs go a little faster. This is going to be 20 days. Let me see. The scaffolding is also going to be 20 days. So 20 days for $250,000 and 2 tech points, or 20 days for 3 tech points, and it only costs us 130. I think we're going with improved automation. I think we're going, like, improved automation is just better in every way. It's cheaper, it takes the same amount of time, and it gives us more tech points. I think the only difference is, I think the upkeep on automation is higher. Yeah. The upkeep on automation is higher, but it's whatever. Automation it is. Working on getting more medical points would be useful too. This is true, but in order to do that, I would have to build the beta pod. And then once we have the beta pod, then I would have to build the next medbay upgrade. So that would be a significant investment of time and money. Whereas getting our mechs in the field faster, I mean, remember, it's yeah, beta pod is expensive. Let's see. If I'm gonna do this, then I want to get to the point. Yeah, I will go here. All right. So that's our financial report out of the way. No, you're not getting a raise. Not yet, anyway. Federated Suns are invading Taurus. Really? Sure. Kit, Battletech, are you okay? All right. Would you please stop interrupting me? All right, what do we get? Festival of Lights. As the morning briefing draws to a close, Darius raises a final point of discussion. The crew's been wound a little tight lately, and the lounge is empty too often. Mythion brought it to my attention along with a suggestion that we do something about it. I'm thinking that some kind of celebration is in order. Anyone have any ideas? Oh, we've done this one already. What are we gonna do, chat? Are we gonna celebrate the Festival of Lights? I mean, I'm okay with spending 5,000. Mythion, I guess, is not a drunk? No, they're not a drunk, so we can't put them in charge of entertainment. Otherwise, I would do that. Congratulations, Mythion. Apparently, you're not an alcoholic. We'll celebrate. Morale increased by 2. We lose 5,000. The lounge looks like a different place in the light of 1,000 burning candles. As Sumair points the pours shot after shot for the attendees, the stories being shared go from sad to bawdy to riotously funny. When the music takes an upturn and things really start heating up. The next morning, Darius enters your office whistling. Commander, that was one hell of a party. It seemed like a different crew at breakfast. They cheered when Dr. Murad and I walked in. I think they'd enjoy another party sometime soon. I mean, if all it takes is 5,000 C-bells for a party to keep y'all happy, I'm good with that. I am good with that. Oh, look! More fanfic stuff. I'm good. Thank you, though. He's not an alcoholic yet. Correct. The chances of becoming an alcoholic might be slim, but they're never 0. Twitch is being twitchy. Took 4 reloads for stream to finally come up. Sorry to hear that, Sereni, but I mean, as previously discussed, Twitch is butt cheeks. Alright, there we go. So, I mean, we got one more day for Panic at the Disco. I can spend one more day on that, just so we have all of our mechs put back together. Alright, so let's hit the barracks real quick. It's just me and Wasteland still out. Everybody else is good. The mech bay should be all put back together now as well. Yep, look at that, chat. We got everything back together, except for the Awesome. So the Awesome, we basically just rebuilt it. We didn't fix it necessarily. We just got it working again. So repaired it, all that. We're still gonna have to put an engine in this thing. Right now, the best we have is a 275. Once upon a time, this thing was running a 350. We're going to have to downgrade the engine no matter what we do. So this is my project car. We're gonna work on this thing as we're able. But for right now, it's basically just gonna be taking up space in the mech bay. In the meantime, we got 11 other mechs that we can take out, including our brand new Raven. Erst is no longer in high spirits. No, Erst was not in high spirits. He was in low spirits. And he's no longer in low spirits, which is good. We don't want him in low spirits. I know we did some kind of heresy with this Raven, but I don't remember what the heresy was. Let me remind myself. Okay. So we got some SRMs, medium lasers, and a tag. And also extremely low armor. And unbalanced armor now that I look at it. I just realized. Yeah. Let me, I got it. Symmetry is important, chat. It matters. There we go. I had to balance out the armor. That's more armor than a normal Raven has. I mean, I've said before, if you're playing this game, and especially if you're playing like BTA or Rogue Tech, you always want to try to put as much armor on your mechs as you can, because you're basically always going to be outnumbered. Always. So it's better to have more armor because you need durability. I mean, technically, so we removed the stealth gear from this thing because we're using it for hit and run tactics. It has narrow profile as well, so it gets evasion and defense bonuses. But we just took out the stealth. That being said, I could probably remove some jump jets to get this thing a little more heavily armored, but that would take time, and I'm not trying to spend time. Thankfully, modifying the armor doesn't take any time. But anyway, chat, let's get to the command center. I'm sure the missions will have rolled over. Oh. Well, the missions definitely rolled over, but now we don't have the missions that we had access to before. I guess we might as well check the store then, and we'll see if things have changed out here, and then based on that, we might just move on. I mean, we're going to have to move on, but we can see what they have. So we got an LRM carrier. 60 LRMs. Okay. We've got a transport, which is basically useless. I would absolutely buy this Roughneck if I had 9 million C-bills, but I don't. I don't think I would take a Toro, but I would definitely take a Valkyrie. But we're trying to get out of light mech hell, not firmly entrench ourselves in it. Let's see. We've got unlimited ER medium lasers. I might buy some of those just because they're really cheap since we're on good terms with the Concordant. So if we're gonna buy anything, now's the time to do it. We're getting some discounts here. So let me see. I mean, an MRM-20 wouldn't be bad, but kind of expensive. Snubnose PPC. I'm always gonna buy these when I see them. Got an XL engine. Oh, we got a double heatsink kit too. Man, I wish I could afford that. That would be really good. A heat exchanger may not be bad. It's a little bit expensive, and it costs us 2 tons, but since we're running a lot of laser boats, this might actually be a good pickup for us. Maybe not for right now, but later down the line. Let me see. We got a supercharger as well. Gotta go fast. And then a bunch of ammo. Gotta see if there's anything useful here. We got some more acid bins. Always gonna buy those. And we got some Inferno bins as well. Again, always gonna buy those when I see them. Wait. Yeah, okay, those are Inferno. Let me see. It's about all we got, really. I've got some mortar ammo, but I'm not terribly enthused about that. Yeah. So definitely buy the supercharger. I'm just wondering if the Exchanger 1 is worth it, or if we should... I mean, maybe it's better to just hold on to our money and see if we can pick up an Exchanger 2 somewhere else. Because the Exchanger 1 is okay, but, like, the 2 and the 3 are much, much better. Let me see. While we're here, is there anything that I want to sell? Because, again, we're going to be getting better money here than we would elsewhere. Let me see. I'm just looking to see if, like, anything stands out to me as a, like, this needs to go. I don't want machine guns. I never want machine guns. I mean, we could sell these C3 slave systems, but we don't actually get that much money for them. Yeah, we're not gonna get a whole lot of money for any of this stuff, so um there were yeah. I wanted to buy a couple of ER medium lasers. We don't really have any. The ones that we do have, we're currently sitting on. They're in mechs, but well, you know what? Never mind. We might salvage some. We're not gonna do it in the periphery. You're never gonna use slaves. You're not wrong. I guess we can get rid of them. It is 100K is 100K. Get out of here. But yeah, I think now we just get out of here. So let's head to navigation. Let's see where we're headed next. Um, so we were doing 2 skull missions, and we're kind of able to handle those. It just, like, sometimes we get lucky, sometimes we don't. So I think I'll stick with 1.5 skull, at least for now. Looks like 22 days until the fighting starts. We could get ourselves stuck in. This is a manufacturing world. It's Mithron. So, manufacturing world means that we could find some good stuff in the store, and we could potentially get into a flare up with the Taurians. But it's a desert, yeah. And we're running a lot of laser boats, so maybe not the best idea. But we got a lot of stuff going on around here. Let me see. This is a factory world, so again, good opportunity to pick some stuff up here. Problem is the fighting starts in 11 days. It's going to take us 18 days to get there, so the fighting will probably be over by the time we get there. Let's see. Brisbane, not under attack. Hey, I'm not sure. Anyway, Jet, I gotta thank Digital Arc Studio for 13 months finally getting over that 1-year hump. Thank you for the 13 months, Digital Arc Studio in the cult of bad tactical decisions, and then Croyd as well, repriming for 10 months, getting closer to that 1 year in the cult. Thank you, Croyd, for the resubscription and for the prime sub as well. Megfrog says, arriving just in time to claim the salvage. Classic. I mean, maybe? We could try. I mean, the fighting could still potentially be going on by the time we get there. And it's an Arctic world, which again is going to help with our laser boats. So even if we don't make it in time for the flare up, I think that's still a good planet to head to. So let's do it, chat. Let's get to Pinard. and Croyd putting himself on the duty roster. Again, for those of you that want to get yourself in the game, just full transparency, we've already got an extensive list of names. So the chances that you're going to be in this Battletech playthrough are slim to none. Slim to none, unless for some strange reason I make so many bad decisions that we end up burning through like 20 pilots. And I would probably retire myself from the commandership if I lost that many pilots. All right, I'm debating, do we want to do another engineering project? Because we're pretty close to running out of money. Let's see, increases vehicle only slots to 3, increases drop weight by 50 tons, increases Lance B slots to 3, and increases drop weight by 50 tons. I probably shouldn't spend the money, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Morlul would have a lot of handsome pictures, though. I mean, yeah, but that's like saying that that's like saying that the cemetery would have a lot of pretty corpses. Like, even if the headstones are nice looking, it still means that somebody had to die. I'm just saying. I mean, you're not wrong, Ernst. Like, that, it's kind of a nihilistic way to look at it, but yeah, I mean, everybody's gonna die eventually. But as long as we're not talking about deaths in the millions, a la Stalin. Oh, Jesus. Jet, how have I been doing this whole thing so far with no game sound and you guys have just not even told me? It's fatalistic. Whatever. Semantics. Nerd. Anyway, let me see. Alright, everything's done. Let's hit the command center and see what kind of work we got here. Okay, the flare-up is still going on. The flare-up is still going on, so we could jump in to help defend the planet. It's 1.5 SCO, but we've also got a lot of other missions that we can do as well. Yeah, I mean, technically, as long as we don't have to do any repairs, we can do the missions first. Like, no time passes when you do missions. So, I think we do a couple of contracts first. It's against mercenaries. It's a blackout, though. I don't like blackout missions. And the amount of salvage kind of scares me, but... You know, swag? Alright, let me see. We did just upgrade, so we got our extra slot on Lance B, which is a good thing. Wasteland, of course, is literally the only person who's still out, but that's okay, because I can also drive a vehicle. So I'll go ahead and take the vehicle pilot seat so that we can deploy both of our APCs on this mission. Let me see. Which mech do we want to take? I mean, we could take the Raven. We could take, I mean, Erst, we gotta take him out of the Owens. Because he still has penance to do. Let me see. We could put the Ben Richards in. The Ben Richards is really good. So let's put in digital art because they still need to get some experience. And then Megas... Canine. What is canine? Chat, what is canine? Is that the Irby? What? Because Megas has got 10 missions in canine. Oh, that might just be a misnomer. Okay, because... So what I think when they did the periphery urban mech, they probably based it on the canine and then didn't change it, so the game considers it a canine unit. Even though technically it's not. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. I think we put CVEX in the Ben Richards. Who else? Who else? Who else? Honestly, I think that's all we can deploy right now. But that's okay. 9 units, no heavy mechs, no assaults, but we're bringing two vehicles, so we should have some good scouting. Yeah, I think we're good. Let's make it hot, chat. Sometimes says the hero mech instead of the base model. I mean, it's been saying canine since the beginning. Sir Galahad, listen. I know that you haven't been around as much as some of the other folks, but I need you to know ahead of time. Or, I mean, I guess technically it's going to be posthumous if you keep this up. Glitter is not allowed on the ship. I've already said this before. I have airlocked people for less. And yes, that includes glitter in the paint. That shit gets everywhere. It gets in the ducting. And the worst part is, in space, when enough of it collects in the gaskets around the doors, it starts to turn into sandpaper. So we should put the... Look, Whitechapel, if you have a glitter bomb on the ship, again, if security finds it, you're going out the airlock with your fucking glitter bomb. So just know that. Know that. People should stop stealing my packages. Well, you should stop having glitter sent to this ship. No, you're good, Omega. Crayons are fine. I know, again, people need their snacks. And as previously stated, make sure you take the wrappers off before you eat them, because then you can eat the wrappers as a snack later. Double your pleasure, double your fun. Chat box. Correct. Once we get into the mission, I want to see where the interface is going to be, and then I'll move the chat box based on that. So hold on just a second, chat. Once the game actually lets me load in. Yeah, I like to I consider the wrapper sort of a palate cleanser. Crayola also makes gummy worms. They do. And that should tell you everything you need to know about the food that you eat. I'm just saying, when the company that makes wax colors also makes food that just happens to primarily consist of wax, I mean, I'm just saying. That's the reason NASA spent so much money on a pencil, due to graphite dust buildup on the air filters. Correct. Jeff Billa has the right of it. The reason we don't allow glitter on the ship is the same reason that NASA does not allow regular pencils on the space shuttle. And Mate roll into the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you. Glad to have you. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Says, hi all. Got promoted this week, and tomorrow I'm starting a regular shift rotation instead of filling in for sick or drivers on holiday. City bus driver, to be clear. So 100 euros less on the paycheck, but I get guaranteed 4 days of work followed by 2 days off. And I can calculate a year ahead and plan accordingly. No longer a call at last minute to come in tomorrow and cancel plans. I am happy. What's going on with you? Well, I am happy for you, Mate. Glad that you got the promotion. Glad that you're going to get some regularity in your schedule. A thing that I have discussed previously, I consider very, very important to me. As for myself, my job situation is kind of shit. But that's okay, because thankfully I have things like the stream to look forward to. And it reminds me why it is that I go and put up with all that BS every day, so that I can come home and do stuff like this. Get some stompy robot action with the donkeys. See-through planet, correct. Oh my goodness. Alright, well we've definitely got some elevation, but unfortunately we're going to have to give up most of the high ground in order to get down here where they want us to be. Destroy Lexington Combat Group Support Lance and investigate the supply cache. Well, unfortunately, not all of my mechs have jump jets, so that might be difficult. So what I'm going to do is, I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep Crappy up here on the high ground, Anakin. And I'll probably put him somewhere over here, because from this angle, at least in theory, from this angle, whatever's down here, he should have a decent shot on. Now, we might be blocked by some of these terrain features, but if we can drag him out here into this opening, into this this little valley here, he should have some good shots with the Gauss rifle. For the record, this Centurion is a Gauss rifle and MRM variant that we've put together. It might be better, though, because we've played this map before, and we started, like, down here. And it looks like it's going to be pretty much the same setup, where we're going to go to this base, get ambushed, then go to this base, and get ambushed. But better to just, since they gave us the high ground, better to just keep it. Were you wanting to move chat? I was, in fact, wanting to move chat. Thank you for reminding me. Let me see. Chat box. Let me move ye olde chat box. And I'm gonna put that, like, right here-ish? Try it right there and see if it works. If not, let me know. I'm just trying to improve visibility, because right now, where the chat box was previously, like, down here, whenever you guys were talking, it was getting lost in the noise, so hopefully that'll make it a little more legible for the folks in VOD land. And for you guys as well. Let's see. We've got Panic at the Disco, but it does not have any jump jets, so we're going to have to run down the hill. And we've already made our first contact with an unknown mech. We've also got turrets here. For those of you that recall, this turret specifically gave us some trouble last time around, because apparently it was stuck in the building. Knowing what I know now, we'll have to play a little smarter this time around.
Position confirmed.
Let's see. Get the Owens down the hill. Vin in the Commando, also with no jump jets. See, this is the problem with elevation. When you choose to remove the jump jets from all of your mechs, this is what happens.
I'm rolling.
Let me see. Man. This boy.
Commander.
This boy. He go fast.
Moving out.
He go fast. Alright, let's grab... Oh. Oh, right, because we made contact. So now we're in turn-based mode. We got unknown mech, we got a 30-ton mech. Alright, fair enough. Who's up? Vin is up. Alright. Then Vin is gonna run down the hill and shoot somebody with his LRM-10s. As a matter of fact, I don't even need to really move him that far because what I can do is something like this. Because we're using fast cam ammo, I can just shoot the ground and kind of just do this number.
Dang, that's a miss.
That's okay. It's mines. You don't have to get direct hits with mines. Battletech. Oh yeah, there we go.
I hear ya.
Let's see. I'm wondering if the turrets are gonna turn on us this time around.
I read you, Commander. Moving out.
LRM gods are eating good. I mean, this is the time to use them. If I did the active ping, yeah, we're still out of range, so we'll just brace up instead. Can you imagine seeing a few heavy lances sprinting down the mountain road towards you with ground shaking and mech warriors racing like it's a drag race? I mean, it's a light lance.
Ready to rock.
But I get what you mean. Let me see. The Ben Richards. Oh, we got another mech down here. That's an unknown mech. Man, this guy is way out here. Because the Ben Richards is stealth, I'm gonna send him this way and see if there's more. Okay, it doesn't look like it. Looks like it's just this guy. I was wondering if there might be more out here, but this is the edge of the map, so... if there's any other mechs in this area, they're also stealth. Let me sensor lock this donkey.
Got a lock.
Oh, it's a panther. Wait, Panther C. What the hell? Chad, is this an Omni Panther? Just see. Okay. I mean, I wouldn't turn my nose up at an ERPPC Panther. It basically just looks like an improved version of the normal Panther. Let's see. Vio. Go ahead and keep moving down here.
Standing by.
We got Dragon Master in the Jenner. Our MRM Jenner.
Commander.
Let's see, we got Mythion over here. And we might be able to make visual with the enemy, but I'm gonna try not to, at least for now.
Going full throttle.
I would rather them walk to me and then me take the shots at them. Well, never mind. We got a Valkyrie. But I am not able to hit, probably because of terrain feature. So we basically got a visual over the hill, but we can't actually hit him. So now that we've made visual contact, they might actually start coming at us. And you know what? I'll do an active probe ping and see if we can get some intel on these. Okay, maybe not. I was hoping we get some intel on the turrets, but does not appear to be the case. Okay, for whatever reason, I cannot get Crappy up here into the base. Alright, well I basically wasted a turn then. I'll have him go down the street. Let's see.
Orders.
APC time. It's APC time.
Roger. Full speed.
And still don't have any shots. Again, obstructed by terrain.
Yes, Commander.
We'll see. I'll go ahead and move you into the
Roger, full
trees.
speed. Give them everything you've got.
Alright, next turn. Are they really? They're not gonna move. That's very strange. Like, are they...
What are your orders, Skipper?
I'm concerned that they're not moving.
Firing.
I mean, if they didn't know we were here, they do now. Okay, so our man's down here, our Panther's on the move.
Waiting on you, Commander. You betcha.
I mean, I don't... You're basically giving me your rear armor, and I don't know why, but I'm not gonna say no. I mean, they're definitely on the move now, but
Skipper.
they kind of waited a little too long. Chad, I kind of want to send C-Vex after this Panther. Because we could just, like, jump down here and then run around the backside here and essentially flank that guy. I kind of want to do it.
Acknowledged.
Like, this is literally what the Ben Richards was made for. I'll go ahead and we'll lock this dude up again, just in
I've
case.
got a sensor lock.
Just in case. Oh shit, Chad. It's a Hollander. If I recall, we have 2 or 3 Hollander parts in the hold already. This might finally be the moment, chat. It's not, I don't care if it's an artillery Hollander. If you'll recall, Erst. If you'll recall, Crappy specifically wanted a Hollander. Because it's dumb. It doesn't have the Gauss or the Arty. I have Gauss rifles in the hold. Like, this is a ballistic Hollander. All I need to do is capture the parts. I can turn it into a baseline Hollander with the Gauss rifle. I'm just saying. I can make it work.
Yeah. What can I do you for?
Alright, Panic at the Disco. I mean, running is probably not a great idea because it's going to hurt our accuracy, but also, hear me out. Shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Oh, and we destroyed a right arm.
Taking a critical hit. Ready for orders.
Right. Dragon Master in the Owens. I'm sorry, the Jenner, not the Owens. And Owens is a Jenner.
Roger.
It's just a fancy Jenner.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, I think what we'll do is I'm just gonna move in here.
On it.
Don't want to face my rear armor to the enemy, so we'll kind of go at an angle here, and then we'll give them the full alpha, as you do. And there goes the right torso.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Our boy's starting to get a little
Ready
unsettled.
for orders.
Understandably so.
Got it.
Might as well go with target prediction. Improve the accuracy of the rest of our guys.
Receiving you.
And now it is APC time. I'm gonna move King Bob first, so he's out of the way. Let me see. Can I... Magic Pixel? Magic Pixel, there we go. That's what I'm looking for.
On my way. Double time.
And go ahead and hit him again. And there they go. Engine destroyed.
One left target.
That's the Valkyrie down.
Ready for orders.
All right. Let's see what they're
It's
gonna
on
do.
now.
Nothing. Okay.
Confirmed.
Then, I mean, you don't even really need to move, buddy. You can just rain down your sandpaper on this Hollander. Because an LRM-10 is never gonna do enough damage. Well, maybe you get lucky, but generally speaking, an LRM-10 is never gonna do enough damage to be a significant threat to anything. But
What can I do for you?
that sandpaper will do work if you let it. Let's see. I can get in 6 evasion and a side shot here? Right? Does that actually count? Like, okay, I can just barely see him. Good enough for me. Give him the chair.
All weapons are go.
Suck it, loser. Alright. C-Vex, the man with the plan. I'm not gonna be able to get you anywhere that I want you to be. So if I have you sprint instead, we could potentially... Oh, chat, we could potentially get into range of this Panther. Do we get point blank with the Panther and hope that 10 evasion saves us? Meant to ask, I'm looking forward to playing Dispatch coming out this year. Any plans to play it on stream, or is that kind of game does not appeal to you? I am aware of Dispatch, but I have not actually played it. I haven't really looked into it. I like the art style, but I don't know a whole lot more about it. So it'd be something I'd have to look into. Again, I'm never going to say never. I would just have to look more into the game itself, because if it's the game I'm thinking of, it seems a lot like kind of like a telltale style game, where it's more like narrative focused and branching choices and stuff like that. I could be wrong. I might be thinking of the wrong game. But again, I'm not gonna say no. I just I don't know a whole lot about it at the moment.
Double time. Let's go.
We're gonna trust in the speed, chat. Now, the plus side, for those of you that were not here at the end of last stream, we took quite a bit of time redesigning the Ben Richards. Originally, the Ben Richards had a lot of small lasers, but the problem is, with the stealth on, we had the issue of constantly overheating when we had the stealth. We redesigned it to use just a small amount of medium pulse lasers because the medium pulse lasers give it extra accuracy, which is important when we're sprinting, but we're also heat neutral even with the stealth turned on. So this allows us to basically sprint around the battlefield, hitting people with 3 medium pulse lasers, and then never losing the additional evasion bonuses that we get from the stealth system. Again, it's a paper tiger. If it gets hit, it's gonna take some damage. But, in theory, this is the ultimate skirmisher.
All weapons, go.
And Dangerous Dave rolling in the chat on a Sunday. Good to see you, Dave. Thanks for joining us. And hopefully the weekend is treating you well.
Waiting for orders.
Panic at the Disco. Shit. Well. Alright. I don't want to run through the mines. But the game's not giving me a whole lot of options here. What about Dragon Master? Dragon Master? I mean... maybe we come around this way with him? I mean, it's a Jenner, so it's gonna be fast.
Got it.
And then we just give him the MRM-20?
firing all weapons.
Been missing a few weeks, been playing the old 1998 War of the Worlds PC game. No shit. That is, in fact, a classic.
Good to go.
And let's see, Mythion. God damn it. Chad, I might have to reserve to 1 because I think the APC is blocking the rest of my mechs from getting down this hill. I'm just gonna do it. Because I need to be able to... Oh, well apparently we can't. Well, fuck it. I'll drive through the mines then. I thought we could walk down this hill. Apparently we cannot. And I have no line of sight. That's not good.
Waiting for orders. Acknowledged.
Yeah, I'll take those
Target
odds.
confirmed.
APC Chads run this town? Nah, I think it's just because we can't go down this hill. Like, it's not giving us the option. Again,
Standing by.
jump jets would come in handy. This is where I would use my jump jet mechs, if I had any.
I copy.
What's up, Commander? On my way. Oh, you want some of this?
And there goes the arm and the torso. And apparently we destroyed the engine, so maybe they had an XL? Shit, I was hoping to get more parts than that. Because I don't remember if we have 2 or 3 Hollander parts. So hopefully we've got 3. If not, then... yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, Blue 4 is the one... We are the ones that laid the minefield. Mythion, I apologize in advance, but I need to know. I have to know if we can go through our own minefield with the advanced fast cam. Okay, it looks like we can. It might be because of the fast cam. It might also be because we're in light mechs.
All right, everybody.
And in case you're wondering, why did I just use Precise Strike on a tag? It was because we had a high chance to hit, and if we use Precise Strike, it knocks the enemy back 1 initiative phase. So, even though we didn't do any damage, I still was able to affect his initiative.
Roger that, Commander.
And now it's time for Sandpaper.
Here we go.
Go Gadget Sandpaper.
What are your orders, Skipper?
And CVEX, give me a jump, a jumpu, and we're gonna get him behind this donkey, and immediately shoot him in the back. As a matter of fact, nah. Let's knock him back another initiative phase.
I'm on him.
And we got a heat sink. That's gonna make that ERPPC even less useful.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Digital arc. Let's see. Get you to right here. And then take the shot with the tag.
No sweat.
Not that we really need it.
Ready for orders.
Alright, this might be a mistake. But I'm gonna start moving into the base.
Got it.
Wait, what are we talking about? Wait, what is... Hold on. Y'all are really talking about movies. Y'all know how I am about movies. Been missing a few weeks. Oh, okay. We're talking about War of the Worlds. And specifically...
Ready for orders.
The new one that just came out and is... Well, depending on which movie critics you listen to, could possibly be the worst movie of all time. Just from the little clips that I've seen of it,
Ready for orders?
as a former movie critic, I am inclined to agree with the sentiment that the new War of the Worlds might possibly be the worst movie ever made.
I copy. Got it. Receiving you.
Okay. Is Crappy gonna get it? No, Crappy is... I was gonna say, is Crappy gonna get a chance to take a shot? And then I saw this mountain and I was like, nope, Crappy is not, in fact, gonna get a chance to take a shot. So I'm just gonna leave him here. And we'll wait until we make entrance over here. Okay. You hit me a couple of times there, buddy. Are you sure that's how you want to be remembered? Is that...
Going full speed.
That's how you want to go out? I mean,
Target acquired.
we can make that
Hell
happen.
yeah.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Target's taken a critical hit.
And he panic ejected. Alright. It sucks though, because we literally just blew up the ERP PC, and I was hoping to get that in the salvage.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, if we're gonna investigate, might as well investigate with the
Maximum speed.
APC on account of all the additional armor that it has. Let's take...
Good to
There we
go.
go. Let's take King Bob, get him down here.
Acknowledged.
And what's gonna happen? Are we gonna get ambushed? Is it just gonna be the turrets? What are we looking at? Battletech. Okay. Okay, they're gonna give us the turrets on this one to help us out. So, where are the enemies? We got a Hornet, and we got a Hornet. And we got... Oh, shit. We got a Tortoise and a Griffin. Okay, and look. This is a Hornet. It's a soccer ball with legs. When I saw two of these, I was a little bit insulted. I was a little bit insulted when I saw these. However, we have ourselves a tortoise. It's not a great tortoise, but it is a tortoise. Which, okay, so it's meant to be a defensive mech, okay? In case you don't understand, this is a 35-ton mech with some SRMs, but in case you're not paying attention, motherfucking 1,000 armor. Because if I remember right, it has hardened armor. The tortoise is meant to be a tank. It is meant to sit there and take damage, and it's very, very good at that. And then we have a Griffin. Let's see. We got a 1DS Griffin, which we had a large pulse, an LRM-20, and a named pilot. So that, I would like to get my hands on a Griffin. Slow AF? I don't remember. I think so. Even the 35-ton variant, I believe, is very, very slow. Let's do target prediction. As a matter of fact, I can tell you what. I hate to do it, but we've still got a lot of evasion on our mechs. I think I'm just gonna reserve to 1. Oh no, wait, I can't. Shit. Okay, the problem that we're gonna run into is I can't just reserve to 1. If I do, it's gonna end the turn for everybody, and then they're just gonna get to shoot at us with no evasion. which is no good. So
Ready to rock.
somebody said fast cam the tortoise. I mean, we might as well. It's not gonna hurt anything to do it.
Fun time.
Since it looks like our own minds don't really do shit to us. Not gonna be able to get a shot. That's unfortunate, but I'll go ahead and
Aye, aye.
put Crappy in the trees, at least for now. And we will, at least this turn, I'm not gonna bother shooting at them because they all have 8 evasion, because spawn evasion is fucking stupid. So I'm basically just gonna try to focus on keeping my evasion as high as possible. And then that way,
Out.
we're in a good position to take the fight to the enemy next turn. 6 evasion, I'm good with that.
Aye, aye.
Owens is a fast boy, so we'll run back here. Same thing, we'll run down here. The Ben Richards, of course, we already know is a speedy boy with stealth.
You got it.
Let me see. Go ahead and run down here.
Roger.
And now we'll see what
Now
they
the
do.
gloves are off.
Let's see what they're gonna do.